I'm Gabby.
And I'm Shanna.
And we are 27 Travels.
And we are coming at you from Lisbon! So we actually got here last night, but we had a really crazy travel day. I will tell you more about that in a little bit. But basically, it's our official first full day here, and we're really excited to explore. We were actually just in Porto, so if you haven't seen that YouTube video yet, make sure you just go back on our channel and watch. This is going to be the most recent video. But we loved Porto so much, so we're so excited to be exploring Lisbon now.
Yeah, we can't wait. We've heard so many good things about Lisbon, and this was the city that we wanted to come to years ago, and we were never able to make it. So we're finally here, and we cannot wait to walk around and literally see everything.
So we're opening this clip on our little balcony. These balconies in Europe in general, I mean, fire.
It's pretty cute. I love having balcony access, and it's the perfect amount that you can just stand and be like...
It's just enough just for your feet.
Looking over, you know?
Okay, so we're gonna tell you a little bit about our crazy travel day yesterday. So we got to Lisbon and we were checking into the place we're staying at, and we put the key in the door, and then the door wouldn't open even though the key fit. So we were calling the host of the place, and he wasn't answering, and we were messaging. Basically it took a long time, and then he wasn't answering, but at some point he did answer, and he told us how to open the door. So then we opened the door, we're like, phew, okay, we're in.
We're good, done.
And then when we got in, we were like, let's just make sure we can actually lock the door before we leave again. So we go and we're trying to lock the door, me and our friend Rob, because we're on this trip with a few of our friends. If you watch our Porto video, you'll get all the information about that. And me and our friend Rob were like, this door is not really locking, so I don't know what to do. So we had to call the host again, and then this time he came over and he checked the lock, and he was like, yeah, you're right, the lock is broken. He's like, but I'm not sure if I can get someone to fix it tonight, because it was a Sunday, and it was also almost 7 p.m. at that point.
It was super late at that point. We had spent the whole day traveling to get here, and we had barely eaten all day.
He does eventually get someone to come fix it, so we're waiting around for hours. He fixes the lock, we're good. And then we're okay, great, it's almost 9 p.m, let's go get some dinner. So we go walk to this place that we want to go for dinner, and there was a table open, but the person said they couldn't seat us because we were 5 people and their place was small, even though there was a table open.
A 5-person table, but we were just okay, whatever, they're not going to seat us, let's go somewhere else. So now we're walking around spontaneously looking for places, and every place we go into either is just not a place that Shanna and I can find a vegan option, or a place where we ask and they're like, no, there's no room for you.
Which was super annoying because we were super hungry, because basically we had only eaten breakfast, and then we took the train from Porto to Lisbon, so we really had not eaten all day. So finally we go to this place and they're like, yeah, we can seat you, but there's a show happening, so you need to wait till the performance is over. And we were like, a show? Okay. So we go in, and it's actually ended up being a really cool, unique, I feel authentic Portuguese experience. It was a dinner and a fado show, which Gabby can tell you more about fado.
Yeah, but basically it was a fado show, which is a kind of genre of music that originated in this area of Lisbon in the 1820s.
Não vou nunca, nem sei comigo esta amargura.
Which is so cool. It was all in Portuguese, it was singing, it was very operatic.
It kind of felt, I was gonna say, it kind of felt like we were watching a very casual opera while eating dinner.
Yeah, it was kind of beautiful and super cool, and also so random, because obviously when we went out at night, we had no expectations of seeing something like that, but we wound up at a full-on fado show. But I thought it was really cool, and it was kind of crazy how crazy our day was, and
to end it like that.
Yeah, how chaotic our day was, to end it like that was kind of cool, and it was okay, silver lining. This is fine, we're good.
So now we're excited to actually get out and explore Lisbon, because basically yesterday we saw 2 streets.
Yeah, didn't see anything because it was just one of those chaotic travel experiences when nothing goes your way all day.
But that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna go get breakfast first and then walk around and explore.
I got a pink latte. It's made with beets apparently, and it's beautiful. It was literally pink.
So we currently came to this very famous arch. I'm not sure if you can see it behind me because it's super sunny, but obviously there were other video clips of the arch.
It's so pretty and it's huge.
It's called Arco da Rua Augusta, and it was actually built to commemorate the reconstruction of the city, because Lisbon had an earthquake in 1755, and that kind of leveled out the entire city. So this arch is kind of, commemorating that the city was rebuilt, essentially.
Yeah. What do you think, Rob? What do you think about it?
I have nothing to contribute as far as facts. I just want it to be in the video.
Okay, our friend said that we have a 27 Travels walk that we do when we're filming videos.
Ready?
So
Ready?
let's see, imitate. Is this what we do? Let us know.
So right now we are at the iconic Pink Street. You might have seen this street online. People do a lot of like Instagram photos here. We thought it was gonna be packed, but there's actually nobody here right now, which is why you should always travel in off season.
Definitely. Also, this area just seems like it's more of like a nightlife area. There's a lot of bars on this street, so I think in general it's probably less packed during the day and more packed at night, but it's really cute here.
Yeah, I also know that there's a few like iconic gay bars in this area, but I think we'll talk about that more later when we actually go to one.
Okay, so we found this place in Lisbon. I think it's kind of a chain because there's a few locations called Vegan Nata, and where you can get the typical like tart here, the egg tart called pasta de nata, but it just happens to be vegan. We actually did have one in Porto, but we didn't film it that day because we had just arrived. So we're going to try this now. Looks so good. All right, I'm gonna try it. Yum.
What do you think, Shanna? What are your thoughts?
I think it's really good. I actually think it feels a lot more authentic than the other one we had, because this one, like, the dough is like flaking and the middle is a little bit more wet as opposed to the other one we had in Porto, but delicious. I love when we can get like traditional foods but veganized.
Yeah, so something I'm gonna say right here is that even if you're vegan, you can find traditional foods veganized. You just have to do a little bit more research, like before you go to a place, to be able to find those spots that make it vegan.
Okay, so we were just walking by on this street called Largo di Chiado, and right behind us is this bookstore, and our friends wanted to go in, and then Rob saw this sign. Apparently, it is the oldest operating bookshop.
It has a Guinness Book of World Records as the oldest operating bookshop ever.
Ever.
We're in the oldest bookshop in the world. Kind of crazy.
So right now we are in front of the Santa Justa lift, which is this building like right here. I feel like you can see it. It's right behind me.
Yeah, you can definitely see it.
But basically it's like really cool, and it's like definitely a tourist attraction. Like there's a huge line of people trying to go on this lift right now because it was built in 1902 and kind of connected like the bottom streets and the upper shopping streets of Lisbon, which is pretty cool because if you've ever been to Lisbon, you would know that it is really hilly here. Like we were in Porto, and Porto was really hilly, but it's even more hilly here in Lisbon. It's like stairs to go everywhere. So you definitely get a workout when you're walking around the city, which is why something like a lift like this is sometimes necessary.
Okay, so we are at the Time Out Market in Lisbon. This is actually the first ever Time Out Market. There's a bunch all over the world now. There's one in New York. We've been to a bunch when we're traveling, but this is the original one, and it's so pretty in here. I mean, just look behind us.
Yeah. There's so many choices, and it's so big and crowded. We've always wanted to come to this one because we really love Time Out and Time Out Market, but
we were actually on the cover once in New York.
Yeah, we were. But since this one is the original, we knew we had to come check it out while we're here, and we figured we'd have a lot of choices for lunch, especially since we're like traveling with a bunch of friends. Everyone can get what they want, but so excited.
We found a bunch of vegan stuff at the Time Out Market, and if you've never been to a Time Out Market before, it's basically just like a bunch of like local restaurants inside of like a market. So they're like really highly rated like restaurants, but we got a bunch of vegan stuff and we're gonna try them all.
So right now we are having a birao drink. If I'm not saying that right, feel free to correct me because I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but it's a kind of liquor that's really popular in Portugal, and it's so good. Obviously it's in a cocktail here, and the cocktail is delicious, but a few nights in a row we've kind of like had it like
over ice, I guess.
Yeah, we've had it over ice, and it is so delicious. It's like this sweet kind of liquor. It tastes amazing.
We are at this place called LX Factory right now, and it seems like it's like a little like outdoor, I don't want to say market, but I feel like it's like there's like a bunch of different kinds of shops, like local shops, artwork and stuff, some like drink places.
It's really cool. It feels very artsy. Like it feels like a lot of like boutique stores, bars, restaurants, and there's so much like graffiti. Like you could tell that local artists like paint a lot of murals over here as well.
I feel like it's like a very cool place. I've never been anywhere that reminds me of this before, so I feel like it's very unique.
Yeah, love it.
Very unique
really
spot.
Cool.
It was a little bit kind of like out of the way, but we took like an Uber and it was like €8 or something. So
honestly, a great place to just come walk around and hang out and have a drink and everything.
Okay, so we came to this place called LX Factory, and I'm whispering because it's like a bookstore, but it's very quiet in here. So, keeping my voice down low. But it's probably the coolest bookstore I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's really cool. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so big and it just feels so different than any other bookstore like I feel like we've ever gone to.
Yeah, the design is like really cool. It kind of looks like very industrial, but I don't know. We kind of get a little glimpse behind Gabby right now.
We're on the top floor right now, but like it's awesome. There's even like a whole record shop in here. Trying a vegan sardine sandwich. Sardines are like really popular here and it's like an iconic Portuguese thing to have. So we're gonna test out the vegan version.
Okay, let's do a little... Alright, that's what it looks like.
Should I try it?
Yeah.
It's interesting. The saltiness makes it a little bit like sardine, but still different, but it tastes good. The vegan caviar on top of Shanna's.
Look, this
like,
little baby caviar eggs.
I'm gonna have to try that.
It's so good. I don't know what it is, but it's really good. Day in Lisbon, and we are going to Sintra today, which is supposed to be this really pretty area with like a bunch of castles and it's supposed to be really beautiful. So we're taking the train. We were actually supposed to rent a car, right, Gabby?
Yeah, but we changed our minds because I had a bad feeling about it, and then someone told us that the roads are a little dangerous, so we were like, we're gonna go the cheaper way and take the train.
Yeah, so the train was, I think it was only like maybe €5 per person round trip. I have to do the math, maybe a little bit more like 6, but it seems like it's pretty direct. It goes all the way there, and we're gonna go explore today, and we're super excited.
Yeah, so far I really like it. The train ride is very smooth, and I'm ready to go to a castle.
Okay, so we just made it to Sintra, and from the train we had to get on a bus, and it was a very curvy bus ride.
It made me so freaking nauseous. Like, I'm lucky that I was able to get a seat, and I just stared right out the window, and I was like, Gabby, you got this.
So Sintra basically is this like UNESCO World Heritage Site with a bunch of different like castles and really pretty things you can see. So the first thing we're going to see is the Moorish castle. Rob was looking like he wants to be in my video.
I have no facts. I just wanted to be in the video.
Okay. Liz has all the facts in her little pamphlet.
Ooh, I got the little pamphlet. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
The Moorish castle of Muslim foundation dated back to the Islamic rule and achievements of Afonso Henriques, the first king of Portugal. Curiously, never battled because its function was not to defend the village itself. On the other hand, the vigilance of Lisbon and its surroundings.
Beautiful.
Okay, it's gonna be hard to see, but look, Shanna is literally on top of that castle. I don't even know what to call it, but you can see her. She's like a tiny little dot. She looks like the queen of the world, literally.
All right, so we've made it to the Pina Palace. This is probably like the most famous part of Sintra to come to, and it's super cool. We had an absolutely beautiful day. I'm so excited. We're gonna go walk around. We took some photos. Gabby's currently taking some pics of Rob.
Hi. It's so beautiful over here.
It's so
crazy.
pretty.
It was a hike up though, I'm not gonna lie about it. It got me out of breath, but it's worth it when you get up here.
I don't know what they're talking about.
And the tickets to come here are €14 each, and you get like a certain time slot. So we're in our time slot, and we're gonna go walk around and explore. Did you like it? Is it worth €14?
Yes, it was really cool, and the views from here are
Epic.
ridiculous. They're so cool. So absolutely, I would recommend this one and the other one. Where were we at?
Moorish Castle.
Moorish Castle, also really cool. Those are the top two
Okay.
that we've seen.
All right, Gabby, what do you think about the Pina Palace?
Honestly, I love it. I think it's one of my favorite castles that I've ever been to, and we've been to a lot, but that's because like the architecture is so beautiful and all of the details in the castle, like the tile work, the woodwork, it's like very light, like a lot of light comes in. I mean, it's just beautiful. And the walkthrough, like when you buy a ticket to come in, was actually really nice. Like it's like you seamlessly walk through like every room in the castle, and it's really easy. So I think it's a really cool castle. I love it. Good morning.
So this is actually going to be the end of our Lisbon video. We actually absolutely loved it here. This city is definitely like one of my favorite European cities I've ever been to. It's so unique. There's so much to do. It has like this like grungy kind of feel to it.
Yeah, I totally relate to that. I love the city. And I also think that like, even though we were here for like more than a few days, there's so much more that you could do here in Lisbon. Like I feel like we could come back and see things that we haven't gotten to see at all yet. So definitely a worthwhile city to visit. Like I don't feel like we've fully conquered it.
Also, Sintra was amazing. Highly recommend. I think we had just like such a beautiful day yesterday going to see it, and it was really not that touristy because again, we're here in February and we just got lucky with the weather, but that was absolutely beautiful. It was like those castles were insane.
Insane, freaking incredible. And there's so many more you can see. Like I think that we went to 2, but there's like actually 5 that you can go see. So also, Lisbon is really LGBTQ plus friendly. We felt super comfortable here as a couple, like holding hands, just being ourselves. We never felt like we got any weird looks or comments. Not to mention there's a bunch of different like gay bars that you can go to. There's like the bar 106 that we went to, and there's also like a bunch more. You can kind of look this up, but there's even like a women's bar. It's kind of more like a queer bar kind of vibe called Purex, but they're only open on the weekends, and we weren't here like over the weekend. We were here like during the week, so we weren't really able to go there, but if we come back, we would definitely go there.
Yeah, also I feel like in general we saw lots of other queer couples like walking around. I wouldn't say we saw like a lot of like rainbow flags or anything that's like, you know, super overtly like LGBTQ friendly, but just in general we just felt like really welcomed here, didn't feel judged at all, and I loved going to bar 106. That was really cool. It's actually the oldest gay bar in Lisbon.
Yeah, so definitely super cool, and we definitely felt super safe and comfortable just being ourselves.
So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned because we have one more Portugal video coming up soon. Bye!
Bye!